Okay. I can't have been the only person to look at this and go, huh? Hello, Chassos. Welcome to another video where we are going to be talking very, very quickly about one of the head scratches from the most recent data slate and MFM, and that is what was overall for the balance of the game a very, very good change, where any of the Space Marine-esque captain abilities, including our beloved Commander Farsight, got a change where you no longer reduce the stratagem's cost to 0, and you can use it even if it's been used by another unit that turn. Instead, it got changed to one unit from your army can use this ability minus the cost of a stratagem by 1, and only abilities that state the name of a stratagem can be replicated in the same phase. Now, while this is great overall for the health of the game, breathes a little bit of new life into a lot of different units as there is no longer a battle tactic restriction, it does, however, cause a problem, because if you cannot replicate a stratagem unless it is named in the ability, well, we got a Puretide Engram Nothingchip that does, you guessed it, nothing. Which, just an aside, how funny is this joke from Wahapedia? Immediately after the change went through, where used to be that the Puretide Engram Neurochip said you can target this model's unit with a stratagem, even if that stratagem has already been used that phase. And obviously because of all the stuff we're about to talk about, Wahapedia put this up there, which is just like, bravo, golf clap. Now, obviously, there are thousands of lines of text within this game. It is very, very complex. It is the whole reason why I'm able to make money off coaching people on this incredibly expensive and complex game. Which, by the way, if you're interested in some coaching, head to pantheonstudios.com.au to get yourself some coaching. When I started coaching myself, my erectile dysfunction went away. Coincidence? And obviously, ladies, if you don't suffer from erectile dysfunction, then what is the girl equivalent of erectile dysfunction? Desert condition? I don't know, but that'll go away too. Note to everybody watching, that will not go away. I'm absolutely lying through my teeth because I'm a shameless shill. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, I do not actually blame GW for missing this particular part. Like, yes, I would like a company this big to have the QA processes to, be able to catch all of this stuff and not have instances like this come up. But having said that, these are just people that are doing all of the rules, and we know how global companies can be and how they might not give the people that are doing the things access to all the resources and people that they might need. But it does pose a problem because Retaliation Carter now functionally has 3 enhancements rather than 4. And given that we were one of the armies that got 4 detachments as opposed to the CSM treatment, then that means that having a smaller list of options and then reducing that list for a detachment that is arguably not going to have as nice a time in the new Pariah Nexus mission pack because of all the battle line changes and lol breaches or strike team in a detachment where they get nothing out of it, it does mean that reducing those options is a little bit of a feels bad. So, because we haven't heard anything from GW, I wanted to throw my hat in the ring and help with some of the potential fixes that we could have for this that wouldn't break the game, 1, and 2, make it worth the price that we are currently paying for it, which is 25 points. Which, by the way, in a point of hilarity, you pay 25 points to just have nothing change. Just have 25 points, you could target this unit with a stratagem. Woo! Now, obviously, I'm not the first person to point this out. This has been rattling around the internet since the MFM, but I haven't seen anybody really pose any logical fixes to it, because I think where people's brain goes to first is that, we'll just make it, reduce the cost of a stratagem, or we can use it for free or reduce the cost by 1. And I think that would be a mistake. The reason being is that we have Commander Farsight, who that is one of his datasheet abilities, which he lost the once per battle reroll hits, wounds, whatever, when he's in combat. And I think that having that as an ability is actually very, very good to cement a place for him within a lot of different lists. Not just Retaliation Carter, but also in Montcar and Kaoyun, where there are some pretty cool stratagems for him to use. So, I hear you say, in whatever accent it is you speak in, and I'm not going to cut to me trying out accents because that'd just be, oh boy, not in 2024. Well, outside of D&D anyway, I will do voices in D&D, which, by the way, D&D show coming up very, very soon. I hope you're all excited for it. But one of the fixes that my brain immediately goes to is taking one of the retaliation Carter stratagems and naming it to be able to be used in the same phase. Now, it doesn't have to be free or reduced, but I would like it to get some sort of extra benefit, given that we are paying 25 points. That is half of a piranha. You want us to pay half of a piranha? It needs to be good. It needs to be something that competes with giving a commander, one of our best output platforms as a solo-based piece, lethal hits or sustained hits, or being able to do uppy downy every single turn. Like, you need to be competing with that with whatever this ability is. And I think actually a great way to go would be, because it's based on Commander Puretide, this beautiful bald-headed specimen of knowledge and wisdom, and the shine from the forehead shines the greater good on the battlefield. I am so sorry, Mr. Grundy. I hope you find it funny. And obviously, I want everybody to know that's not a shade comment. That is just because, like, you know, I like Carl. He's a good dude. And yeah. But I think being able to target with something which is very thematic would be really, really good. Like, for example, this unit can use Wave the Short Blade once per battle for free. Cool. And if you tag onto it, even if another unit has already used it this phase, that is also really, really cool. If Retaliation Carter isn't going to be getting the benefit of battle line units and having to go into a very elite style list with a lot of Crisis Suits, Riptides, Ghost Kills, all that sort of stuff, then at the very least, if you're not going to fix strikes, and please GW, please fix strikes. They're not good. They're not strictly bad. They're just in a place where they're just outshone, and I don't want to take them. So before anybody comes at me with pitchforks, I am absolutely on team let's make strikes great again. Like, absolutely want them to be great. So if we're not going to go down that route for the new mission pack, why not give it something which is going to have some inherent power and lean into the killing nature of the retaliation Carter lists, that if they fail to do that or the opponent plays incredibly well, then they just lose that way. But if that game plan goes off, then it's a yin and yang to lists that just score super efficiently and are everywhere on the board, but maybe don't kill as well, like our Kroot detachment if you go too hard into the Kroot. Failing that, it would also be really, really cool just to have a strict rewrite and give the Puretide Engram Nothingchip something unique to do with Retaliation Carter. And I think a really cool thing that Tau hasn't really seen at all would be to Puretide Engram Nothingchip, once when a unit makes any attacks against this unit, shoot back as if it were your shooting phase. I think that would be really, really cool. It would be bound by the out of phase rules. So if an opponent tags you in combat and, you know, they're shooting at you because it's an existing combat that you haven't fallen back from, you don't get to shoot back because big guns never tire is a shooting phase ability. It's still bound by the out of phase rules. But Tau, I haven't been playing the game in any iteration, and yes, I'm a ninth baby, so take that for what it is. All the old boys are furiously like slapping the keyboard right now, just being like, oh my god, we got it. But hear me out. Tau have never had a shoot back rule while I've been playing the game, short as a time as that may be. And I think when I was playing Votann, having a shoot back rule, even though I barely used it, it was really great as a threat to your opponent. And then, you know, it's not like it's going to be an auto thing. It could be once per battle. Shoot back. I think that is pretty cool. If you wipe the crisis unit, then okay, you don't really get a benefit out of it. But if we save effectively or somebody under allocates and we get to shoot back into you, that is a very, very nice psychological tool. I think there's a number of places that GW could go to fix this enhancement, and I think it'd be relatively easy. All you'd need is just a quick patch that you put out on Warcom and you're good to go. But I definitely think it's a problem that one of our detachments doesn't have an enhancement at present. But what do you think? What do you think is the best way to fix the Puretide Engram Nothingchip? And I'm interested to see, because the community, especially coming from D&D, community-made rules are generally bonkers in how wide they will swing from doing too little to absolutely breaking the game, and how could you not see that this is going to break the game? And I'm interested to see where the 40k community falls when throwing their hat into the ring from a rules writing perspective. So let me know what you think down in the comments, and also do the liking and sharing and everything else. Pleasing the algorithm gods is obviously very, very great for the channel. Clicking a button means nothing to you, but it means the world to me. So click that button. Or don't. I'm not your dad. Thank you to all of my patrons who make all of my videos possible. If you would like to join them, support the channel, push me towards going full time and seeing more of these videos more regularly, and getting access to the Discord and a bunch of other benefits, head to the links in the description for patreon.com or YouTube membership, where you can get yourself some access and some perks. Especially check out the Join the Pantheon tier, where you can get dedicated coaching to up your game and start winning events in a faster time frame than you ever thought possible. Seeing this beautiful Cyclopean mug every single month. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.